Hey guys, what's up? How are you doing? Thanks so much for joining me in today's video. We're talking all about Hermes blushes, and I know I already talked about the blushes before, but I said I would come back and do comparisons and more in-depth review on the product, and that's why I'm here. Last time that I show you the blush, I actually picked up another shade, so I'm gonna show you how both apply. We'll do a little demo again. I'm gonna do some comparisons. We're going to be breaking down the price. We're gonna talk about ingredients, which is a very important when it comes to this guy. I'm gonna mention component, everything. We're breaking them all out so you can make your decision if you want to try them or not, and we'll find out if I think they're worth the price tag. If this is your first time here, I'm Gigi. I am a registered nurse obsessed with skincare and beauty. If you love luxury makeup, if you love unboxing, hauls, reviews, go ahead and click on the red button that says subscribe, and also go to my Instagram because over there I keep up with makeup sales, makeup releases, and then I let you all know. So without further ado, let's start. Alright friends, so let's begin. And as mentioned in my previous video, which if you haven't watched that video, I'll link it above, that's where I did my first impressions on the Hermes new products. So I picked up one of the lip enhancers and one of the blushes. At that time I told you I wanted to try them out. I just was getting a feel for the products and that I was going to come back and just compare more like the formulas and my experience and full-on reviews on the products pretty much. I also told you that I picked up a new shade, so I got the shade Rosé Abricot, which I'm gonna show you what what it looks like, how it applies, and also I have comparisons when it comes to the formulation in my opinion, for both. And so let's go ahead and move on to the application. I want to show you what both of the shades that I picked up look like on my medium to tan complexion. If you haven't seen, they come into this white box. When you open it, you get this beautiful packaging, and then this is the whole component. This is the component of the product. It is a very lightweight, and I forgot to mention that in my video, so I wanted to make sure that I told you this is a very lightweight. It doesn't feel luxurious. The component is just very lightweight, but I have to be honest, I love a luxury feeling. I love a luxury experience, but for some reason this I do not mind. I know that with this collection they released a travel brush, so I think their thinking behind this whole collection was something on the go for someone that wants to travel or something like that, even though we're not doing any traveling. But they did release a little bag which is very pricey. That's that one right there. Very cute, and you're meant to put your blushes and your brush, your travel brush, into that little guy. So I think that was the thinking behind making this component so light. It is a plastic, and I think they could have done a little bit better. They also have a sticker at the back. They could have done something better. Their lipsticks are beautiful. Their lipsticks are very heavy. They're very luxury feeling. When you take away the cap, which is the heaviest component, you get left with something that is really light, but you could see luxury at its max. So I think they could have done a little bit better, but me and my personal preference, I still love it. I think it's beautiful. These blushes are very expensive. They do retail for $70 US dollars and almost 103 Canadian dollars. So they are very pricey. So I understand why there are many reviews of people complaining about the cheap feeling packaging. But anyways, so let's go ahead and apply the two blushes. The first one that I'm going to show you is the shade Rosette Pomade, which is a really bright pink. As you can see, I'm going to be using my Referal brush, the Angle 04, which is my favorite blush brush. They did release a brush, a travel brush as I mentioned, and also a full size brush, but I didn't pick any of those up. They look stunning, but I didn't feel the need to since I already have many brushes. So as you can see, this formula is really buildable. So you take it a little bit at a time, but it is beautiful. The depending on the brush that you use, you're gonna be able to pick up a lot. Like this one has natural hair brushes, so you're picking up quite a bit because they do tend to do that. If you go ahead and use a synthetic brush, you may get a little bit of like less product, but they're buildable. They have a soft you know, effect on the cheeks, and I really like it. I feel like it's really just like softening and blurring to the complexion. This is the side where I have you know, some texture and acne marks in here, so I think that it does a really good job of just hiding those and not really emphasizing them a ton. I do not use filters, nothing at all. What you see is what you get, just in case you are wondering. So I'm gonna wipe my brush here with a towel, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you Rose Abricot, which is one of the lightest shade, peachy shade. As you can see, it looks stunning on the pen. I have worn it multiple times, and again, as you can see, it doesn't kick back you know, a ton of product, but this brush picks up a lot. So I also want to point out that they do have a scent. If you have smelled their lipsticks, it is a little bit, you know, similar to that, florally, but very, very light. It doesn't linger at all. Sometimes when I put them on, I don't really smell it unless like I'm really close by the blush. And again, this is a beautiful shade as well. I feel like they both provide a beautiful, you know, healthy sheen. They're not totally matte. They're probably like a satin, you know, satin formulation, but these are those two shades. So now when it comes to the comparisons, I have my tray here with all the blushes that I pulled out to, you know, to show you. I have to say, I'm gonna insert a picture of the swatches and all the corresponding names and everything when it comes to the pinks, because I but when it comes to the formulation, these two are the closest to the Hermes lipsticks. I'm not talking about ingredients, nothing like that at all. I'm talking about the feeling, I'm talking about the blurring, I'm talking about the softening to the cheeks and everything like that. So the shade Rosette Pomade, which is the first one that I applied, is the really bright pink shade. I'm gonna do a swatch, and then I'm gonna swatch the other two that I think are very close. So that's that one. As you can see, beautiful, soft, bright pink. But this one in the shade Joy from Chandakai is a very similar, is the one with the little horse. And these also, you guys, feels so soft. It is very blurring. It's also very beautiful. You can see they're almost identical. So if you have you know, if you have that one from Chandakai, you don't need pomade at all. They're pretty much a spot on dupe. And then I wanted to show you this one by Charlotte in the shade Love is the Drug, which is also a bright pink, which is my kind of pink, my kind of blush. I love my pink blushes. So did I do a good job? So this is, as you can see, a little bit brighter, but nonetheless very similar. All of them, I feel like they're very similar when they are applied on the cheeks. You're not gonna be able to see the difference. And when it comes to the formulation, all these two formulas, they're very similar to Hermes. They do feel really soft. They do feel very silky. They do give you that blurred appearance, and they do last really well as well. Now that we're talking about formulas, I wanted to point out a beautiful video that my friend from Shan K Beauty just posted. That's Shan. Her and I have collabed before. She has a beauty channel. She's a chemist. She knows a lot about ingredients and makeup, so I love watching her. If you're into skincare, you do want to go ahead and, you know, just subscribe to her right now. but she was pointing out the ingredients on the Hermes blushes and why they are so pricey. So some of the key ingredients that Sean mentioned that they added to the Hermes ingredient list is Anica, which is meant to help you fight acne. She also talked about a green tea, which is going to be an anti-inflammatory and antioxidant. You know, it's going to be good for people that have rosacea, eczema, acne prone skin, and some of the key ingredients that are in these blushes that make them super silky and very special. So I did wanted to point out after I saw her video how important it is to keep in mind the ingredients that they're putting into these blushes. I know they do have perfume, which is gonna make it you know, a little bit irritant to some people, but as I said, it is not very strong, and I don't really, you know, after you put it on, it's just pretty much gone. So I love the fact that Shan was able to break down all the ingredients for us. I think that that's clever, and I loved to know that all the ingredients in these blushes are going to be good for your skin. It's not like any other blush. She also mentioned, you know, like blushes from Chanel, they don't have those really caring ingredients for your skin. So that's something very important that I wanted to point out about the price and about the formulation of these blushes. So when it comes to the comparisons of the peachy blush, I'm gonna say that I couldn't find any very close color to this one, not because this is so unique, it's just because I don't really gravitate towards shades like this. I am gonna swatch Patrick Pa in the shade Do We Know Her beside it, so that you can see, but they are close. I guess on the skin you're not gonna be able to tell one apart from each other. I also wanted to swatch Warm Soul by MAC, which is also, oh, why can't I open this? Okay, here we go. It is also very light, but I think this is gonna be lighter. Yes, it is lighter than the one from Hermes. And then I wanted to show you this one by Chanel in the shade Malice, which is a little bit more of a pinky blush, but it is like a pinky peach kind of blush. One, I do have this one by Charlotte as well in the shade Ecstasy, and I think it was close. Hold on, let me do. It is this light peachy shade. So this is the one by Charlotte in Ecstasy. So it is a little bit more pinky, the first one right here, more radiant than, you know, this one from Hermes. So again, I could not find a spot on dupe when it came to the apricot shade, which I thought it was a little bit more unique, you know, than the pink one, which I found two very close shades to those. And let's finish up with this guy by Hermes, their lip enhancer. Again, they do come in the little sleeve like this, and then you get this beautiful pouch on the go. I got the shade Rose 10, and this is the component, and this is what it looks like. This is meant to be matte, you know, hydrating kind of lip balm. This shade, I already have something on, so there's no point really to show you, but on that other video you can go ahead and watch. This is beautiful because, as you can see, I had a really matte, you know, liquid lip underneath, which is this one by Dior that I'm loving. This, the new ones by Dior. I have a video on it if you want to watch. But anyways, you can see now that I applied that, it just made my lips much more comfy, much more, you know, just silky and beautiful without adding any sheen, which I adore because I love my matte products. But so what do I think about this guy? Do I think it's worth it? I think that if you're any deeper than my complexion, I don't think this is gonna show up. This is pretty much the color of my lips, to be honest. When I have nothing on my lips, it is very complementary to my complexion. It looks beautiful, it looks good, but I think it's very pricey. So I think that if you wanted to try Hermes formula, I don't think this is the way to go. I think you're better off with one of their lipsticks, which are very pigmented. They're beautiful. The formulation is just stunning. They have matte, they have satin. The newest one that they released is this one. I bought one of them. They released 3. This one is a beautiful coral shade. As you can see, it is in their satin formula. They do have satin and mattes, and this one is one of my faves. I think this is still available from their fall collection. It is my lips but better, but you can see it has a ton of pigmentation and it just feels so silky and beautiful on the lips. So I think that you could totally skip on the lip balm. I don't think this is when it comes to the blushes. I do feel like they're a must-have. I know they're pricey, but maybe just go with one. The colors are very similar to each other. If you wanted a pink and an apricot color, then you could do what I did. I don't feel the need to go ahead and buy all 9 shades of blushes. Blushes go bad just like any other makeup, and you don't need them all, but I do feel like it's a beautiful addition to anyone's collection. I do feel like they are beautiful, as I mentioned, just really softening to the complexion. I feel like they last really well on me, a good 6 to 7 hours, you know, after I apply them. And I love them. I don't feel like I need to wear, you know, a ton of highlight, because they do give you a beautiful satin finish, you know, on your cheeks. So those are my thoughts from the Hermes after I tried them for a week or so. I love them. I am head over heels. But again, I don't feel like I need more with these two. I'm very content. And I am happy that I have this balm. I am happy because I am one of those that like that matte, you know, feeling on the lips. I don't really like glosses. I don't really like shiny things. So if you're like me, then you may get a good use of this balm. The other thing is that the packaging is refillable. So after I go through this balm, I'm gonna be left behind with this beautiful casing that I can, you know, buy another lip and put in here. So that's a plus. You're not losing that beautiful packaging from Hermes. Alrighty friends, so that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching. Those were my thoughts on the blushes and the lip enhancers. Please let me know what you think. I know that people are going bananas over them. Have you tried them? Some of the shades or most of the shades are sold out at this point. I would love to know if you have tried them, if you love them. What do you think of the longevity? What do you think of the formula? What do you think of the scent? Just the whole collection. Anything that comes to mind, anything at all, just drop it below. Thanks so much you guys for your love and support. Do not forget to share, like, and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.